party.
Moist.
Fetish party.
That is
Moist
indeed what
fetish
they heard
parties.
first.
April
So
can lick the back of her leg.
Barely.
Robo starting
My hip
off
hurts now.
immediately.
Oh,
Thanks,
no,
Robo.
Robo, she doesn't get any pictures.
Oh, that's true.
He's on punishment.
Don't do free labor for the white woman.
Wait, are we on some big capital D stuff right now?
Glory be. Okay, children. Hi.
Capital D,
She
small
knows.
s?
She
Anyways.
knows what she did.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ampistrano. I am your storyteller, D&D Jordan Lee, she, her, they pronouns, joined by this absolutely phenomenal and off-the-wall cast. First off, a very special thank you to our affiliation, Idol Champions. There is a code that is on the lower portion of the overlay, and you can also enter an !idol to grab an Electrum chest to use in the game. They just added Karlak into the game as well, so go play with her and the rest of the Baldur's Gate characters in Idol Champions. But before we get started properly, let's go around, because it's been a minute, and introduce ourselves, who we're playing, as well as any announcements we're going to be doing. So, Dimples, go ahead.
Sure. Hi, I'm Dimples and Dice, the Moist Heat, Prince, whatever you want to call me. I don't know, all those things applicable. I'm a he, him. I am playing Captain Draven Tyborn along with Gribble. We are the Damp Daddies, and we're here to moisten your day.
Sin.
Hi. My name is Sensei, your resident sunflower person. I am going to be playing Blackstone today. Blackstone is they, but he-ish. He is also fine. I am your resident he, they, and apparently Jordan wants me to yell at all of you. So here we are. To both the audience and my castmates today, I apologize, but also I hope you have the Doom soundtrack playing in the background.
Thank you. Robo.
Hi, it's me, RoboGoblin. You can find me everywhere at TTPRPKs. My pronouns are any old pronouns, and I'll be playing Toby, he, him pronoun. And that's it.
Awesome. April.
Specifically, which Doom soundtrack's in? I want to make sure I have the right one. Like the most recent one, or like
The movie?
You're
The movie-
probably like the title tracks that
The
we're looking
movie.
for here would probably be Rip and Tear.
Okay, hold on. Hi, I'm April. She, they. I play Aurea. Well, I used to play Aurea. She, her, but Aurea died. So I guess I'm just here to say hi, and I'll sit here very quietly through the rest of the game.
Thank you, April. And then, of course, last but not least, the true owner of this channel. I am just here. Fair.
Hi, I'm Farron. I'm playing Theodora Shadeson, your Battlemaster fighter, who currently has the Kill Bill noises going off in her head. Our pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. Any announcements from any of you before we turn over to regular announcements?
Jordan, I, and a bunch of other people are just raising money for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. It is part of a collaborative effort with other streamers. We have already surpassed our goal of 10K, and I believe we're like at 11,440
$11,440.03.
Yeah. So we're close to, I grounded up. But you know, this campaign's ongoing until the 15th. So if you have the means, please donate. It goes to an incredible cause. Palestine Children's Relief Fund provides free medical care for sick and injured children in Palestine. And they have been doing a lot of great work out there, especially lately. So
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Fair. As a heads up, we do use safety tools and content warnings throughout our game. Players know I check in with them multiple times in regards to that. So I do want to just offer up a content warning for today's episode. As for today's episode, the content warnings are heightened levels of stress, paralysis and restraint, anxiety, grief, death, descriptions of injured and slain individuals, existential crisis, complex and complicated relationships, and possibly romance. I just put it in there because who knows. We at the Haven and Vale want you to be safe. If you need to step away, please do. You and your safety matter. So just as a heads up for today. And thank you again for putting the links for our charity initiative. We are, at least for the Haven Wolfpack, we are currently $40 away from our next goal of $400. It would be amazing to hit that, but obviously we all understand times are incredibly difficult right now. So other ways that you can help support the cause is by retweeting, sharing the streamers that are live, their Tiltifies, all of that seriously does help out, and just hanging out with us. Where to be? I'm just watching Zoom chat go off. There was a global strike that was happening last week as well. So if you're in my chat, you can enter an !BC to get resources and information on how to stay informed. From emailing your state representatives about the ceasefire to, hey, which companies to avoid and why, as well as, hey, there's a lot of us are neurospicy here, and there's a lot of information that can pop up with it. So there are some amazing resources that have just been posted in chat that will allow to kind of break everything down and it not be as overwhelming. But we all have an opportunity to play our part in helping out and stopping what is happening right now in the world, because it is awful. Very quickly, changing gears, please consider supporting us on our Patreon, our TikTok, and our YouTube. As we are working to get more content and create some more awesome things. It also helps to support the cast. I think I just checked out our YouTube, and we are 10 followers away or 10 subscribers rather, from 200 on YouTube, which is pretty cool. So go and follow us there. A very special thank you to Sphinx, Seven, Mama Strange, Fluffy Snowfall, Chris Gideon, Buzz Lightyear, Lily42, and Goblin Katie for your support on Patreon. All right, y'all. I think that's it. So, without further ado, let us go beyond the veil of Ampistrano.
Oh, fuck this economy.
And welcome back. So, when last we left our adventurers, the group got their things and said farewell to the people of Felk before hitting the road, beginning the long journey towards the Zyrenian mountains and eventually Jorix. After a full day's travel and passing through the recovering hamlet of Illipin, the group settled in for the night as the skies awoke with a massive storm. Thunder, lightning, and rain rolled around the group in their makeshift shelter, the vast majority of the night passing without a worry. Only during Toby and Tyborn's watch did things shift. A black obelisk broke through the forest floor, and undead soldiers wearing the brand of the Ouroboros Society attacked. The group was able to quickly dispatch the soldiers, but found they were being zapped of spirit energy from the obelisk in the center. Eventually, with Aurea falling. As the storm continues and decisions need to be made, that is where we pick up. Lightning pierces the sky, cutting through the ominous black clouds that have choked the moons and stars from view. The cold rains pour down in sheets, being whipped through trees in the surrounding area. The groaning of the trees around you seems to persist as the trunks seem to protest from the strain, the weight of trying to stay in a singular spot, but still being pushed to move. Branches and leaves fall to the forest floor as night scavengers struggle to find shelter. Sprouting from the earth is a medium-sized obelisk crystal surrounded by a teal energy, the sharpest point burning brightest with an orange and red light, now with a thread weaving, binding itself to Aurea, or more precisely, her very soul. Aurea, you can feel the thread as it pulls you out of your body, a shell crumbling to the forest floor, a puppet cut from its strings. There's a weight. It's suffocating. The main thread latched onto your chest, acting as an anchor as more of these threads snaked out, working to slither their way around your arms, your legs, your wings, before pulling itself taut. It feels cold, like shards of ice encasing, piercing you with every would-be breath or wing beat. The threads pulse with another burst of blackened teal energy. Can you please make a wisdom savings throw for me?
$13.
Okay. There's a pulse from the thread. And for a moment you see yourself flicker, almost in response to the vibrant reds and oranges of your soul dulling for a moment to grays and whites before flickering back. The thread is still tight around you, ice still present, but turning from pricks and needles to a blanket encasing you. There's a voice that flitters through the thread, whispering, "Relax. There's no need to fight. No need to worry. Now, let us see what the measure of your soul is, little one," as you feel yourself pulled closer to the crystal.
Is it a voice I know?
Roll a history check.
Oh, so it's not the lady.
No.
Stop it! Another 11.
Okay. It's definitely not the lady. The voice you hear is lower in timbre, but it's layered. Almost like there's several voices speaking at once. It's hard to pinpoint, but there is something in the back of your mind that it does sound vaguely familiar, but it's hard to place. The rest of you see Aurea fall to the ground with a look of, not again, that abject horror present on her face. There's a glowing light from the obelisk that shoots into Aurea's body and seems to pull her essence, ripping her soul out as she now hovers in the air, teal energy surrounding her, encasing her. The area lights up again as another bolt of lightning pierces the sky as the roar of thunder quickly follows. Tyborn. While we are not up in initiative, we still have an initiative order. And I'll say to all of you, you have a decision to make. You have 3 turns to make that decision. So Tyborn, you are up first. Toby, if you wouldn't mind rolling initiative so we can get you in.
Right. What's the decision?
So you have decisions to make. You can try to potentially get Aurea back in her body, get her free from the crystal,
Okay. Let's.
destroy the crystal,
Mm-hmm.
or leave. Those are your choices. Yep.
That was what I figured, but I was just making sure.
Yep.
Well, Draven for sure ain't leaving nobody behind. So it's going to be sort of two-pronged because I think Cribble will go right after me here. He's going to say, Cribble, see if you can heal her. And he's going to go attack the obelisk.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll for 2 attacks.
Two attacks. Okay, please. Let's do this. 20.
20. That does hit.
14 slashing.
Okay. And can you tell me, is this magical or all piercing?
My weapon is magical.
Okay. Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay. You swing with your blade, piercing into the obelisk. And you do see fragments of it chipping off. There's a wave of coolness almost in response, a ripple. You did the damage, but doesn't look like it did as much as you were hoping.
Question for you.
Yes.
I know we've been using spirit with attacks and stuff before, if I'm not mistaken. Would that potentially help here?
You could certainly try.
How would I do this?
So, how many spirit points would you like to wager, rather?
I'm at a little more than half, so let's go with 12.
Okay. What does it look like as you are imbuing now an essence of yourself within the blade? What does it look like, sound like, smell like?
It smells like the sea. Like a sea and the smell of armor and masses of people, like who've been hard at work. Not necessarily like stinky, but like that smell of people who've just been working all day.
Sure.
And the sword almost looks like it's in, not the sword, I'm using my trident. The trident almost looks like it's being engulfed in water.
Sure.
Like that's what comes out of the captain. The trident just seems like water is coming up it and swirling around as he stabs it into this thing.
Sure. Stabs in, and that water blade, it almost looks like the stone. You can see the tendrils almost wrapping around that water and starting to pull some of the energy away. And if you feel it through the blade, the blade is an extension of yourself, and even more so now with this essence of you, and you feel this coldness starting to bite at you. Nothing else happens.
Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
Toby, we're going to go up to you since you actually, with that, rolled first in the initiative. You're coming to, there are slain undead soldiers, the same soldiers you fought down in the Unitel with Weldor. Slain around. Aurea has fallen. And there's an obelisk in the center of camp as a storm wages around you.
Is Aurea, like, can I see her? Is she alive?
She is down, and you can see her spectral soul is now hovering above her body a good 1 foot.
She's a ghost? Oh, ghost.
Yeah, she's basically ghost form right now. And there is an energy that's surrounding her in teal and black that's kind of coming off of her in waves.
So like she's restrained by this thing.
Yeah. There's a golden thread, golden and teal thread that's going from the obelisk itself, which the point where those two connections are making are now glowing a vibrant red and orange, which you know to be a portion of Oria's soul. It's tethered and is starting to pull her into the crystal, into the obelisk.
All right. April, would you consent to be teletransportation?
Yeah, I trust you
Robo,
completely.
she's down. She can't.
I know.
I can't what?
This is
I can't what?
She's just a body. I said you can't say yes or no, bitch. Because you. That's what I said.
Okay.
Just take her.
You're not wrong.
Also, this does change when I was gonna use it.
That's what I like.
I summon Bolita
Okay.
and right next to Oria,
Okay.
and Bolita is gonna use fiery teleportation.
Okay.
So Bolita just stands around Oria, and these wings come out of Bolita, and they look like owl feathers, and they're covered in fire. And they embrace Oria, and they do the fiery teleportation like 15 feet from
Okay.
that space, coming toward us.
Okay.
And that's
Are you attempting to grab Oria's body? Or are you grabbing Oria's soul?
I can't grab the soul, can't I?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna let somebody else do that, but
Okay.
that's gonna be, and the fiery teleportation is gonna be like right beside me.
Yep.
And can I do something else, or do I? Have
I'll allow
to
it.
do,
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Because that was largely, yeah. I'll allow it.
All right. So I clasp Oria's hands in mine, and I just say, "No te vas a ir, no te vas a ir," and it's like the wings that Bolita had now appear behind me, and they start like fluttering and give like this energy or fire energy around us.
Mm-hmm.
And I just say, Oria, not you two. You come back to me. And I grab her hand, and I'm gonna cast Revivify.
Okay.
And just say, from my fire, be reborn. And that's gonna be the Revivify, and I'm gonna give like 40 points of spirit points,
Okay.
so that she comes back.
Okay. What does it look like as you're casting Revivify?
The wings slowly grow dimmer, and it's like siphoning. My hands are siphoning the power of the wings into Oria. So every time I use spirit energy, goes into Oria and comes, and my wings just go dimmer and dimmer.
Toby, what color is your soul?
Teal.
Teal. Teal energy, slightly lighter in hue, starts a golden thread now pulling again, or you feel another tether added. This one's warmer. Summer. an owlbear's wings. You feel yourself now in this moment, the pinpoint of a tug of war between this revivify spell that's trying to pull you in and this obelisk that still has you in its grasp. Toby, you feel the revivify spell is starting to take, but there's something that's stopping it from fully taking in. And you do see the thread connecting with Oria's soul, but she's also being held by that obelisk thread, which seems to just be pinning her in place. But Oria, you do feel rejuvenated. A little bit. You got a few of those spirit points back. But right now you are outside of your body. And you're being pulled in two directions. Is there anything else you wish to do at this time, Toby?
I am beat. I got 1 spirit energy point left. So I am trying to just hold on to it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use it so it takes more of the effect, but not before Bolita doing a flame seed on the tendril.
Okay.
It's a D6
Yeah.
plus. What's PV? A proficiency bonus.
Blackstone, you're on deck.
It's clearly Fair and Bailey my whole
It's very big. 1d6 plus fair.
Yeah.
Fire damage. 7 fire
Well,
damage.
if it's fair, then it's a nat 20 all the
Nat
time.
20,
So
okay.
like, yeah. Okay.
And I pass out.
So to be,
Let me get real quick clarification. So did you just use your last spirit point?
I'm gonna go get my fucking chancla.
However, Bolita is right next to me.
Yeah.
And Bolita has the spirit barrier.
Correct.
So as soon as I pass out, as I die, Bolita's energy comes into me and I get back
That's true.
5.
Yeah. Yeah, you get back 5. Okay. There's a lot happening right now. So that's why I was like, let me get clarification real quick. Oria, you feel that tether stop for a moment. The rest of you see Toby collapsing on top of Oria's body. And a light surging from Walita into Toby. Rewrapping the bond, that thread that threatened to break for a moment, keeping that revivify up and renewed. Toby, you not only passed out for a moment, you also felt yourself starting to be pulled. But Bolita's claw was able to bring you back. Okay. Blackstone, you are up. Cripples on deck. Oh boy.
So I see these threads doing I still see these threads here.
Yes, they are present.
Okay. And you said Oria has spirit points back, so
She's got a few.
Those right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, what was your max, Oria?
42.
You're at 40 hit points spirit that you have back.
Okay.
You feel Toby's essence entering into your spirit, rejuvenating it a bit. Blackstone.
You just see this golden essence forming in Blackstone's hand, and it starts to lengthen and widen until it looks like a giant claymore.
Okay.
and he's going to try to forcibly cut the strings that are connecting this to Aurea to give her a chance to escape.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, just like a normal attack roll, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you imbuing any spirit or no?
I probably should. So I'm just gonna put 10 in there.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. That is 20 to hit the strings.
That hits.
Okay. Do I need to roll you damage?
Yes.
How much damage does this do? I don't have a thing on here for claymores.
Oh, looks like it does 2d4 slashing.
2d4 slashing. Okay. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna roll that, and then I'm gonna throw in this inspiration die.
Okay.
I want more damage than that. Oh, good lord! Absolutely not. There we are. That is 11 damage.
Okay. The claymore connects with the thread. Doesn't sever it, but you can actually see where it lodges about a quarter of the way through. Still holds, but you did do some damage.
I think what I'm going to do is just, I guess we're gonna have one of these anime moments where you see me just trying to apply as much pressure as I can to try to cut the string. So it's just me in that stance trying to like force it through.
1000%. Anything else you wish to do?
I do, but I don't think any of them apply here.
Okay. All right. Cribble, you are up, and then Aurea, you're on deck, and then Deodora. So you watched Toby fall. Belita, the adorable little owlbear, rushing over to assist and getting Toby back up, although Toby is looking a little out of it. But there is now that thread that has been reinforced that's holding Aurea on one end, the thread, a different one, holding her on a different one and tethering her to that obelisk. At this moment in Cribble and Tybor's adventure, basically there are two anchors now. And Aurea is the ship that's moving in either direction.
Cribble's gonna try something sort of different, I guess.
Okay.
Cribble's going to pull out a little tiny silver mirror.
Okay.
He's going to look at Aurea. He's going to say a few words on his breath and do a little hand motion. And he's going to point at Aurea. And he's going to cast Sanctuary.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know how this is going to affect the obelisk or anything, but he's trying what he knows.
Okay. Can you go ahead and roll? I know Sanctuary does not apply an attack roll, but can you please roll a d20 for me, please?
Absolutely. Because I don't have my dice with me. I rolled an 11.
Okay. What does it look like as you're casting Sanctuary?
I would say like a little, like Cribble is tiny. He's sitting on, Tyborn's shoulder. And so he just is like, got this little tiny mirror and he's like, and then he just points at Aurea and there's this little golden circle of light that pops around her and is trying to move through the anchors and push them out of the way and keep her protected.
Sure. You see that light starting to take effect. Aurea, that ring kind of starting to further assist, but the sanctuary instead getting sucked into that thread that's pulling you towards the obelisk. Instead, the spell does not take. Aurea, you are up. Theodora, you're on deck. You are muted, Lovey. In Zoom, you were muted.
I didn't realize I did that. Sorry. So I know everything that's going on, right?
Yep, you see
I can see
all of this
everything.
happening.
I think as Toby magic hits, Aurea's wings look like they're on fire, and you see its fire feathers, and they start mimicking the colors of Toby. Her eyes turn teal for a moment because she's now mad, and she yells, "No!" Sorry if I get this wrong. "No lo tomares!" It's the only time you've ever heard her speak Spanish. They are not going to take Toby. She does not know Spanish. She this is all Toby's energy going through her.
Yeah. I love that. Take a
and-
point. Take a fucking point, because
Thank
I love
you.
that.
And what she's going to do, God, I have nothing really to do with this. I spent the whole time thinking what I would do with Toby stuff. She's
So you are restrained. You can try to get out of it. You are in your spirit form, but you can still do stuff.
what I'm going to do. What does that do? That doesn't work. I don't do that. Shit. Okay, what she's gonna do, I'm so sorry.
No,
y'all.
no, no. Take your time. Take your time.
I want to do magic stuff, but I only punch things. Aurea's eyes now teal. She's trying to think so hard what to do. One turns gold, actually, and one is teal. And she is going to fly at the thing right at the last minute, stop,
Okay.
hit it, and I'm going to poof back into my body.
We can
But I
certainly
have to
try that.
hit
We
to
can
poof.
certainly try that. Yep.
But I don't want to hit my friends, and that's the only thing to hit. So I'm going to just punch it. I'm going to punch the bad thing.
Okay. You still feeling those threads wrapped around you, your body mechanically moving, but you're still allowing yourself to be pulled towards that obelisk, if I'm understanding correctly, so you can punch it, correct?
Yes, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... I'm going to use Toby's spirit,
Okay.
that my fists turn teal,
Yep.
and I'm going to hit it with spirit energy.
Okay.
So the first one, that is damage, not how to roll. The first hit is 26.
That hits.
The second hit is 13. I don't think that's going to hit.
Nope, that just
so-
misses.
6 points of damage, and then flurry of blows.
Okay. Subtract 6 from the 40 you just gained back, as you feel that being sucked immediately into the obelisk.
First flurry of blows is a natural 20.
Yeah.
Second flurry of blows is an 18.
Yep, that hits.
Pop, pop. Is that 3 or 2? Pop, pop, pop. Oh, I think I just get 2. So the first one is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 16 points of damage,
Okay.
and then 10.
Okay.
And then I'm going to poof into my body.
Okay.
Natural 20 to poof. That means wild magic surge.
Yep. There's a couple things that happen here.
Don't tell me I die. Don't tell me I get sucked into it because I touched it.
You feel yourself draining again the moment your spirit touches that obelisk for each of those hits. So subtract the damage from your current spirit points.
Okay. I'm still alive.
For a moment, more of those threads burst out of the obelisk, seeming to wrap around you. But you are able to bamf not to your body, but out of the tendrils. You are not tethered to this thing anymore, but you are still close to it.
And if you'll allow, because
Yep.
I was wrong. Because I back poof into the veil.
Yep.
I'm going to scream, "You need to help us!"
Okay.
To the mother.
Make a persuasion or intimidation roll, please.
Both -1. 2.
2. Similar to when you bamfed before and there was another crystal similar to this, you find yourself not within the Lady of the Veil's presence. The stars around you. But there's a heavy presence. You're much closer to this large black eye, slowly eating stars. Your shout swallowed by that space. Theodora, we move to you.
Okay. Theodora's looking not great herself. Like, physically, she looks healthy, but, like, there's, like, a loss of color in her face. Sort of almost similar to how she looked when Draven first met her. Like, not... Like, something about her, like, inside is, like, dying.
Yeah.
Because I only have 17 spirit points left. But seeing Aurea get healed, seeing Toby go down in that attempt, just for me to get like an understanding of what's happening, because a lot is going on.
Yes.
I already know Aurea is still tethered to this obelisk.
Yes. You saw her disappear at that moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Dribbles, or not dribbles. That's a clown.
That's a different...
Cribble. That's a different game.
Yep.
Cribble tried to cast Sanctuary, but it got sucked into the obelisk.
Correct.
Is Toby also tethered to the obelisk? And is Cribble tethered to the obelisk now because of the spell?
No. It's similar to what happened an age ago when you all were casting magic around wands. It seems like it just sucked in the magic. It didn't suck in Cribble's soul or anything like that. You did see it when Draven's blade connected with the obelisk, again, similar to the wand, that got pulled, but not tethered like the way that it did for momentarily Toby and then for Aurea specifically.
Okay. I have a question.
Sure.
And it's something that maybe I should have DM'd you about this, but everyone's been using spirit to try to harm this tether, to try to break this tether.
Sure.
Could I imbue the energy of my shifting into my sword to do more shift weave damage to the tether, and would it impact the spirit with shift weave energy instead of spirit energy?
You can certainly try.
Okay. So usually when I shift, I get temporary HP, and instead of getting that temp HP, I would like to maybe translate that into shift weave damage to add more shift weave damage to my sword.
Okay. You can
So
certainly do
usually
that.
it is a d6 plus 12.
Okay.
So that's 17 I just rolled, so
That hits?
I want to apply that as more... No, sorry. So that's 17 additional damage that I
Okay.
would do.
Sorry, I thought that was the attack roll. Sorry.
No. I wanted to roll that now just so... Because I
That's separate.
didn't want to have to do math later.
Nope.
Sparky's still there,
Yep.
so I'm going to use flanking to get advantage, and I just want to try to hit this tether without... Not using spirit energy, but because I'm noticing that it keeps getting sucked in, but using shift weave energy instead.
Yep.
That fell out. Where's my sword do? Scroll up. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So it's 2d6 plus 5 plus, what is mine? It does an additional d6 of shift weave damage. So, okay. So that's going to be just off, like with just the sword alone, that's going to be 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then with the shift weave stuff, it's going to be 18 shift weave damage.
18 shift wave. What does it look like as you were hitting this thing?
You see, it's Theodora again looks rough. She is sort of using her sword to push herself up to her feet because she's feeling really weak, and like sort of spits blood up from like her chest to the ground, and just like seeing Aurea get back up, seeing what happened to Toby just bolsters her, and like as she shifts, she imbues her sword with the energy of the shift weave, which is like as we've stated, like this color of like an oil slick, just like striations of like purples and like iridescence just throughout her sword. Sort of, it is almost like a fire, but like dark and like with the iridescence. And she just like where Blackstone hit the tether with their claymore, she wants to hit it in the same spot to sort of try to break the tether. Not sort of, to break the tether.
No, I understand. Your blade connects, hitting the exact same spot that Blackstone just hit the thread that is grasping out at this moment, almost searching for where Aurea was, hunting for her. The blade connects. And you see where the shift weave touches this thread. The aura around the obelisk shifts as well. Instead of smooth lines, it becomes almost jagged with the spirit and magical energy that this thing has been slowly sucking in from around all of you. There's an electrical charge in the environment around each of you. You each feel your hair sticking up on the back of your neck as the thread cuts. And you see it still kind of latching around the fringes, the main area you were able to cut off, and that slowly fades almost into nothing. But where it was cut closest to and connecting to the obelisk, that frayed end is now kind of in its almost death throes. You've seen this before, death spirals, creature's
like a
final
live
move.
wire.
Yes. It's just looking around, but it's not hunting forward, surging forward. Your shift weave ability seemingly has disrupted its connection, changed.
When that happens, does Aurea's soul go to her body, or is it just still?
She's poofed right now, so.
Poofed.
Yep.
Okay, she's poofed.
Yep.
She's still in the veil right now?
For a split second, yes. And you've seen her poof before, so.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask then is, when I blink, I go into the shift weave. How adjacent is that to the veil?
They're very close. Many call them as siblings, more often than not.
Okay. Since I've used my, I don't know if you'll allow this, and
Sure.
if not, then I have a different idea. I've used my shifting ability to actually imbue my sword, so I feel like in this instance I wouldn't not be able to blink, or do I feel like I have a connection to the shift weave and I can still blink?
You always have a connection with the shift weave.
Okay.
You would be able to
Then,
blink.
as my movement, not even as my movement, because this doesn't actually count as my movement, it just gives me extra movement. I do want to blink away from the obelisk,
Okay.
and as I go into the shift weave, I want to look for Aurea.
Okay. Can you roll for me a spirit check?
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I know this is very complicated. There's a lot of stuff happening, but I'm loving it.
Okay, what is my? I should put this on my fucking thing. That is a 22.
22. You blink, shift, and you find yourself amongst a field of wheat, sunset, the sky around you. When you think of Aurea, what do you think of?
You mean just the first thing that pops to mind, or?
Pops to mind, what are sights or sounds, smells that you associate with Aurea?
The warmth of autumn is what I associate with her. I think a lot of people associate autumn with dead leaves, the crunch or whatever. It's but there is a warmth to autumn. And I not even just I don't want to say pumpkin spice because that's a real basic bitch, but that sort of an amber cinnamony sort of scent.
Yes.
The kind of scent when you walk into a house, it's you can it feels so good and it makes you feel just safe. That's what is the first thing that comes to mind
I love it.
when she thinks of Aurea.
And I'm sorry, what did you roll? Can you remind me what you rolled?
22.
22, thank you.
Mhm.
The fields around you shift, and you find yourself propelling forward and then up into this oil slick sky. The stars starting to bleed together until you see them forming a portal. And you can see these silver threads. There's a white light, and then you see before you the Lady of the Vale's domain. Your soul, in one way or another, through friendship or otherwise, has become tethered to Aurea. And you do see, after a few moments, peeling through the stars, the purple hues. First you see a black eye, massive. It seems to be slowly eating the stars around it. And Aurea, vibrant but still undulating with that light, weakened, nearby.
Okay. As I approach Aurea, I don't know if Deodora's just taken in this giant fucking eye
Yeah.
and is seeing the stars being swallowed in, and then sees Aurea, and I think she just grabs Aurea.
You
And
reach
wants to-
forward,
Yeah.
and you're unable to pierce through the portal. The portal seemingly has brought you to her, but you are unable to go fully through. Aurea, you hear Deodora.
I think as soon as I feel Deodora, or if that.
She immediately starts coughing.
All right. The second I feel Deodora's presence, I think Aurea doesn't turn, but is also looking at the eye, and just says, "That's the end." And then kind of just starts reaching her hand back towards you slowly. Because you haven't seen it before, right? I think only Blackstone has.
Blackstone was the
with...
only one that saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Well, I mean, we saw it in that vision that we had.
Yep.
Um,
And it
Well,
is,
I haven't
it looks
seen
exactly
it.
the same as the vision, a larger version of the eye you saw on the Unitel. And even through your experiences of going through the Shadow Weave, that eye that opened up in the sky and chaos rained down.
I'm trying to just think, like, if there's, because, like, Diodora in this moment, like, wants to pull Aurea, like, get Aurea and pull her away, but also doesn't want to jeopardize the shift weave by, like, sort of piercing the barrier between these two planes.
Sure.
For flavor, can I add that it's almost like our hands are on the other side of windows?
1000%. That's what I was picturing.
This is a prison visit.
That's what I was picturing, though.
Yeah, but
You
like my
two
hand,
reaching for each other on opposite sides of a barrier. But you feel each other.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just end my turn there, like, kind of mid blink, even though I haven't, like, completed the blink really.
Yep.
While I think about how I can get Aurea. Like,
Yeah.
I know Aurea's gonna poof back.
Yep.
But it also seems like she is imminently in danger.
Yep.
Still with this eye. But I can't think. I don't know if, like, Diodora wants to save Aurea, but also understands, especially in this moment, just all the risks.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, I have another question.
Sure.
Because Sparky still has, like, something he can do.
Yes.
Sparky is a blink dog, but he's also Fey.
Yeah.
So could Sparky go onto the other side where Aurea is? Because isn't the veil sort of connected to, like, the fairy realm?
Veil's connected to all the realms.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I guess I mean more so, like, the Fae have, like, a closer connection to
Correct.
it. Like, they have,
Yes.
like, this school where Aurea was studying and everything.
Yes.
So, like, as a Fae creature, yes, the veil has a connection to everything, but would Sparky have sort of an even, like, a connection similar to what Diodora has to the shift weave? Would he also have that to the veil and could maybe go over to where Aurea is?
Yes.
Okay. If that's the case, I would like Sparky to shift in,
Mhm.
like, sort of where Aurea is.
Yep.
He's large, so he could carry Aurea. We established this. We talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
Because this is what I was originally gonna do. He is going to shift a blink over to where she is, scoop her underneath him, and then blink out
Okay.
and bring her spirit back out into her body.
Okay. Love that.
And then Diodora will follow suit and blink out too.
Sure. We'll
And
say,
I'll end my turn.
for the sake of the turn, we'll have Sparky get into the veil. He's not going to be able to
Yeah.
blink out immediately, but he gets there. Aurea, you see Sparky not in his usual form. He is almost like he's got these, his hair is much larger, almost looking like wings that's slowly moving in the wind around him. The light encasing, and you see there the shift weave tethering. This is a creature that is able to move through that. What do you do?
Aurea's gonna turn, and this is the first time she's gonna turn towards Diodora during this thing. She's been staring at the eye this whole time, and the second she makes eye contact with Diodora, the gold eye goes back to being Aurea's eye. She still has Toby's teal eye right now, and her face softens, looking at Diodora, and she's just gonna put a gentle hand on Sparky.
Okay. The camera shifts, and we move out of the shift weave and the veil to Ampistrano proper. Toby, Lolita, Blackstone, Cribble, and Tyborn. I need you to make another spirit savings throw, please.
Okay. The good dice. Oh, okay. 19.
19.
For Tideborn, I rolled a 7, and for Cripple, I rolled a 17.
Okay.
Send you're muted.
Ow. hope not. I got a-
there
What
I
did you
got a
roll?
19.
19? Okay. Those of you that got above a 16 will only take half, which is another 9 points of spirit damage. Those of you that failed take 18 points of spirit damage as you feel yourself getting sucked towards that obelisk. Toby, can you roll concentration on that revivify spell, please?
Before that, you see Bolita just going into a frantic mode and try to reach Toby
Okay.
as Toby falls down and is dead because he only had 5 spirit points.
I would like
Hang
to
on
use
one
a
second, Sin. I apologize. Hang on. Toby, what was the last thought that entered your mind before unconsciousness claimed you?
Aurea, please be okay. And
Hi.
as Bolita tries to reach for me, it just bams, disappears.
Blackstone, there was something you wanted to do?
I would like to use a reaction
Yep.
to give Toby 5 spirit points.
That's right, because of your ability that you have. Would you mind reminding everyone about your ability?
As part of my many upgrades, I have a whole bunch of plans for stuff, and the one that I picked allows me to use a reaction to give someone 5 spirit points, or to heal someone for 5 spirit points.
Oh my god. Jordan, stop trying to kill me.
I'm not trying. Blackstone, what does it look like as you were doing this?
It is like it's one of those like it's like a fraction of a second of time, but it feels like an eternity. There is like, as you are like right at the edge of unconsciousness, Blackstone appears, like, but the form is this like bright and blazing golden version of them. And because I'm in an apartment building, I'm not going to do it, but you hear them scream no at the top of their lungs. And it is a firm thing. It's not desperation as much as it's just a final statement that we're not doing this today.
Toby, again, you feel yourself being pulled, and then all of you that are presently there see that thread that had been thrashing around, almost like a stalled, pointed, almost like a snake in the direction of Toby, and looked like it was starting to latch out as Blackstone said, no. And you find yourself back up, Toby. Barely hanging on. As we move to the top of the order with you, Toby.
Oh my god. I am beat as fuck right
Yep.
now, so I just turn to Blackstone and just nod.
We need to leave.
And as you say that, this is like everybody get on my back, Toby just says. And he turns up to the sky, and this whole teal energy envelops him. And from the energy just pops out I forgot the name of it, but it's the dragon that we fought like with Tideborn.
Yeah.
as I use polymorph to transform myself into a dragon.
Okay.
That dragon specifically.
Question for you.
Hmm.
Does polymorph involve concentration, or is it...
Stop trying to kill me, Jordan!
I'm not. I'm asking a question.
Yes,
Because you do have Revivify up, and you are currently concentrating on that.
But Revivify is not concentration.
Okay. Okay. Double checking.
Revivify is just a touch.
I was just... Listen, I'm not a spellcaster normally. That's why I was asking.
No, it's good.
Yep. No, I was more so answering that to April's haha. I'm not trying to kill y'all. I'm just
My
asking
haha still
questions.
stands.
So, okay, you turn into a massive dragon. What do you do?
And I try to pick up Bolita and Blackstone Draven. Well, the ones that they are here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming everyone who is presently here agrees. Okay. And what are you doing next, Toby?
Just getting the fuck up.
Okay. What's your full movement?
I don't know
It is
dragon stat.
it was basically a young red dragon. So I think it's like, what, 60 feet?
Young. Let me check. I'll get back to you.
Yep, no worries. As we will tie board, I'm assuming you're hopping on, and is that going to be your full turn, or is there anything else you wish to do?
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't really have another thing that would make sense here.
Okay.
Actually, you know what I'll do? I will use a bonus action, and I'll use, I think I have
Thank you. 80 feet.
2 more battle dice. I'm going to use Brace. So everybody that can hear me within 30 feet, they get to add my battle die to their next saving throw.
Amazing.
Die.
All right.
I will do the roll now, and I'll let you know what I get.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
6. So you get to add a 6 to your next save.
Also, shout out because Lamia also just sent me the stats. So I appreciate you, Lamia. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Blackstone, anything you wish to do besides hopping onto this red dragon, Toby?
How big is the obelisk at this moment?
It's
You
still
said
the
was
same. It
small,
hasn't
but
moved
growing.
further through. It looks like it's still holding strong.
Okay, but like, does it look like it's like buried in like? Is it?
Yeah, it's
deeply
still
in
buried.
the
It's just
ground, or is it,
pushing
like-
out almost like a little hill through. Like I forget which one it is, stalagmites or stalactites that push up. It's just looking like a miniature version of that. It's still relatively medium sized. It's Toby size essentially, pushing up through the
Like-
ground.
Like, is the
It don't
size
matter.
of-
Them shits are
it's
the
like,
same.
It's like 4. It's like 4 feet.
Yeah.
Like tall. This thing.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So like that is not small in the least.
No.
Okay.
it's small and I mean small in comparison to the others you faced, like the giant ass one that was underneath the city, Illipin.
Okay. Do I? And Deodora and Oria not here either.
Nope.
Okay.
You saw
Then
Deodora
I'll go-
shift, you saw Sparky shift, and you saw Oria's spirit basically poofed away. Oria's body is on the red dragon currently.
Okay. Then I am going to jump on with everyone and leave.
Okay.
While we're flying away, for Cripple's turn, he's going to use Cure Wounds on the captain.
Sounds good. Oria, we're back up at you. You find Sparky has arrived. You place your hand on him.
I have no choice. I poof back
All right.
to where I was. What does we never did the wild magic search?
No. And the reason I didn't have you roll because it didn't really matter because the wild magic got pulled into the obelisk.
That sucked.
I'm sorry.
I've been waiting forever to get wild magic
I
search on
know.
Yeah, we're trying to get fucking potted plant Aurea. And you're out here
Yeah,
denying us
I
and
could have
stuff.
tried to do a plan. Then you could have really killed me.
No.
Had me fall 5 feet on the ground and smash.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Plants got like pretty good AC.
They do.
That potted plant has a pretty good AC.
Or you bamf back your spirit and you see Sparky shifting back into his usual form, so much larger, and this bright red dragon holding your body.
Piecing out.
Yeah.
I'm in my body. Okay.
Yep,
cool.
your
I
body.
didn't- Okay.
And
Well, then if
yeah.
I'm being taken away. There's nothing I could do.
Do you go with or?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Wait, shit! I don't know this dragon.
No, you don't.
But you do
But
see.
you
So do you
everybody
see the rest of
companions.
us? Yeah.
Yeah,
you
can I
see
see
everyone
the red?
else.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Okay,
see
I was
everyone
like, I
else.
don't want to punch Toby right now.
But also, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it probably is Toby. You know,
The
like-
dragon
Yeah.
dragon has teal eyes. So
Yeah, I feel like
That's
I just
true.
got your spirit. I know who you are, so I won't hit you. I just go on the ride. I don't do anything. I just kind of lay back and is like, I'm tired.
Okay. All right. Theodora.
I'll complete my blink through the shift weave and back out 40 feet away from where I started.
Okay.
I assume that's near where the dragon is.
Yep.
I guess I just quickly climb on as it's launching off.
Yep.
And yeah, and Sparky's already on it, I
Perfect.
assume. Yeah, just holding onto the tail.
Perfect. Okay. You take off. We'll say for the sake of simplicity, because I'm assuming you're getting the hell away from this thing, correct? Toby?
yes.
Okay. After some time passes, how long would you fly for, Toby? Through the rain, the wind, thunder and lightning around you.
I would say that probably-
Polymorph only lasts an hour.
yeah, so as long as I can, but I'm also beat.
Yep.
Beat, because I only have like so many hit points. But oh wait, but I'm a dragon.
You are a dragon.
Listen. So as far away as we can away from the obelisk.
Okay. Are you continuing on the direction you were going, heading towards the Zerinian Mountains and Jorix, or are you flying a completely different? Okay. You get to the end of your polymorph phase, forcing yourself to land as the storm wages around you. In this moment, that revivify spell, hang on, OBS. Okay, it just blipped. We're back.
We died, everybody.
No. The revivify spell that you had been casting and hadn't taken effect, therefore the timer for revivify had not started. Starts properly as now Aurea's spirit is now within reach. What we're going to do now is each of you can make an offering to help tether Aurea's spirit back to her body. Who would like to go first?
So,
Theodora. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Blackstone makes one offering. The offering is all of the memories they have of breaking the pencil that Aurea gave them.
Okay. As that memory comes to the surface, can you make a strength check?
Just a general strength check.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 16.
16. What does it look like as you are doing this? You're offering up the memories, but what does that look like?
It looks like a small cobalt colored orb with just like flashes of Blackstone breaking pencils, and it's just it would be like a supercut of every time that happens.
Or you see, and it's, again, very much an out-of-body experience. That orb, that essence of Blackstone that's being offered up. And you feel that tether slowly starting to bring you back. Theodora, Toby, Tyborn.
Do we lose these memories when we offer them?
No.
Or we still keep them?
You keep
Okay.
them.
That normally y'all would keep them.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. I'll allow it.
Blackstone said, I don't want to remember nothing.
Blackstone's like, we're not doing this again. You get one memory.
Only
Yeah.
one.
I was just asking because
Yeah.
I don't know if Deodora's gonna give up a memory. I think what she'll do is, because she's kind of more someone who sees value in things that are more tangible at times, and kind of a throwback to the first season, she takes that bracelet off her wrist and she puts it on Oria's.
Okay. Can you make a persuasion check for me, please?
Persuasion,
Mhm.
okay. And I will use inspiration on this one. 14.
14. The bracelet gets onto Oria's already not freezing cold, but cold wrist. But you feel her with you, around you. Sparky kind of leans his head on your shoulder. And for a moment...
I'm
go ahead.
sorry, I was actually going to say, I think Sparky is like sort of laying against Oria to provide her with warmth.
Okay. You see for a moment as he's kind of looking between you and looking at Oria, whining every so often. And then kind of looking off in a direction, probably seeing Oria somewhere standing around you.
God, doing that creepy thing that pets do where they just stare into a corner and you're
Yep.
like, what the fuck are you saying? You're supposed to let me know if this place is haunted.
Sparky exhales. Can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I can't read it. 1.
That changes your 14 to a 15 on persuasion. As you feel another tether, Oria.
Oh shit, I could have cast guidance on myself. I forgot I have magic now.
Toby, Tyborn.
Toby uses Druidcraft to create Oria's favorite flower and uses it again to create this amber around it. So it's like a fossilized flower inside. It just places that and like again creates another what's it called? A circlet of flowers around Oria.
Okay. You place that amber. Has a warmth to it. There's a steady kind of pulse for a moment, almost like this is a heartbeat, warming the area around you. Amidst the rain, the thunder, the lightning, the storm. Toby, can you make a nature check for me, please?
18 on the die.
18. Another thread from Toby, this time to you, Oria. Finally. Tyborn.
Draven doesn't know Oria as well as the rest of you, so Draven sees what all of you are doing, and then he sits close and he says, I don't have the things to share that tie you to the rest of these people. So I'll tell you a story. And he says, I'll tell you a story of the first time that I helped my daughter, Nemaya. And he goes through a story of when his wife had the baby, how excited he was, how scared he was to be a dad, how worried he was about raising a little girl in the world, how he doted on her as she grew up, like learned how to do her hair, struggled when she decided that she was going to have her first boyfriend, all of the little things when she said she was going to leave to go to college, all of that it goes through. And it ends with him and his wife, Nimi, separating on very good terms, just being like, we got to go and adventure and we want to do different things. But I will always love my daughter and I will be there for you whenever you need me. It's like, I don't have anything else. And just leaves it at that. Just kind of looks shyly at the rest of the group.
Can you go ahead and make an insight roll?
I'm gonna give him guidance.
Yeah.
Okay. Grab a D4. That is a 22.
Draven, as you tell stories, the storm raging around all of you seems to fade away for a moment. You're not in the elements, being pelted by rain, the wind. You all are experiencing and seeing all of these memories, the story play out, the warmth of a hearth, the gentle embrace. And Oria, you feel yourself another pull. What's a thought that goes through your mind?
She's watching all this and also having like your dying death flashbacks. And on the last one, every time anyone did anything, like she was pulled back from those, like the last moments before your death, and was in those memories with them until Draven's, because they don't have the memories. But Oria is very close to her family. She's very close to her father. So that reaches inside of her, that need for family, and then back again to the last moments before you die, flashbacks of her and her family. And one of the last things is she has a hand on her back. And it's a voice no one has seen, no one knows. It's not her family. but she turns and the gold eyes are there. And there's a woman saying, "We don't give up." And she's back.
Aurea awakens. Aurea, you feel exhausted. You're soaked from the rain, from the wind. But you're back. And your friends are all around you in this moment. A bracelet on your wrist, Amber on your chest, Sparky at your side. His breath fills your lungs.
She just looks up. "Thank you." And slowly sits up.
When Aurea is looking around at everyone, what she notices is that Blackstone looks a little bit different than the last time she saw him, because where normally there are blue lines going throughout all of the different areas of his body, now they are all some kind of like reddish orange. It looks like moving lava.
She takes a moment and looks at you a little bit longer than everyone else, but doesn't bring it up. Not right now. This isn't the time. And then after she looks at everyone, her focus goes back to Diodora again. And just kind of squeezes her hand as she sits up all the way.
I think Diodora doesn't say anything, just like will squeeze Aurea's hand back, looking relieved and exhausted.
Don't die again, Aurea.
I could say the same thing to you. And she hugs Toby. Like, she lets go of Diodora's hand, just hugs Toby so tight. And you see again that teal almost outlines them both. Because currently she has Toby's spirit points.
Toby hugs you like really, really tight, but like not that tight because he's also doesn't have like that much strength right now.
Yeah, we're both doing the like, we're hugging each other so tight, but we're both so tired and hurt that like literally a breeze can separate us.
Yeah, you're hugging each other, but also sort of leaning on each other because neither of you are doing a great job of keeping yourselves vertical.
Exactly.
Can we get a rest, please?
Yes.
Yeah,
we
Jordan.
I think we should just camp here tonight.
Does where we landed feel safe?
Yep. You found, basically, there was along a cliffside in the forest, there was a bit of a cave. Large enough that Toby, in your dragon form, you would be able to fit in. It's not massive, or very deep, but it's offering you a bit of shelter in this time.
Time to set up camp.
Smash cut to the camp that we definitely left behind.
With all of our stuff. We have no stuff.
I figured all of you grabbed your stuff as you left. So I'm not going to be that cruel.
yes, we
No, you left it behind. I'm not going to do that. But as you set up camp and get your bearings, I think that is an excellent place for us to take our break.
Are we going to come back to camp when we come back for break?
Yep.
Okay, good. I
Yep.
had something I was going to say then.
Yep.
See it.
We're going to finish out this, I'm assuming, and y'all have time to figure out what your next moves are. So, all right, y'all. Again, reminder, I know it was stress and heavy the first bit, but thank you so much, and thank you also for bearing with me as OBS blips, because just been doing that recently. I'll be a little bit better. But we're going to take about 10 minutes. It's 4:35 now, so we'll see you all in about 10 minutes. Get up, hydrate, move around. Reminder, we are raising money for Palestine Children's Relief Fund, which is an organization that works to ensure that injured and sick children in Palestine get the medical care that they need and deserve at no cost to the family. So we are helping to assist with that. And yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you all shortly.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the short coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, into one and there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
Ass cheeks.
Big titted fairies.
Wow, and welcome back, everybody. With that note, hope you were able to get up, stretch, move around a bit, and we're gonna get back into this session proper. So, let's get some good music on, because I wasn't looking.
When
There we
are
go.
we gonna have the baby episode where everybody's a baby and we have an adventure as babies?
I will quit. I will quit.
I literally can't have that episode.
Oh,
Weren't you talking about toddlers and toreadors and toddlers or some shit like that? There.
Children. Anyways,
As a joke.
so the group had a harrowing first start to their evening, as an obelisk had broken through their camp. They took down several undead soldiers that seemed to be serving the Ouroboros Society. And then it became literally a tug of war for Oria's soul and Toby, as there was a lot of back and forth. Ultimately, getting her back in her body and flying away. You all find yourselves within a cave. The rain storm still going outside. As I leave it all to you.
So, Blackstone would reach into their pockets and pull out the pencil that Oria gave them. And would start breaking it and mending it. And normally there is a certain feeling associated to it, a type of like joy that it brings because, you know, it's fixing things. But they don't get the normal like return of like energy or the dopamine, as it were, from it that they normally do. And so each of those breaks after he repairs them seem a bit more frantic and after about like the 20th one or so, they just leave it broken and they don't fix it.
The captain
I
is.
have to be honest. I don't know. I have to be honest. I don't know if Theodora's
Theodora
like
does not care.
really paying attention to this because I started talking first, at least to me.
Right, that's why I just said let you go.
Like it wasn't me not caring. I just like there was a delay. So for me, it seemed like I started talking first. But all I was gonna say was I don't know if like Theodora's like cognizant of this noise and then like it's not happening anymore, but it's like just out of it, not really like absorbing what's happening. You know what I mean? Not like really recognizing what's happening. That's all I was gonna say. I'll shut the fuck up now.
I think it wouldn't be one of those. I don't know if you would know what was happening. I think you would know that you just saw like the armor person be like, "Hey, I heard that you occasionally need to like fixing things, so we brought you this box, and you were there for that." So you would at least have like that association of, if it even registers, oh, Blackstone's just doing the thing that Blackstone does, where they fix things because it makes them feel better about stuff. But I think the rest of everything around that probably would escape literally everyone.
Would it escape Aurea?
I think for Aurea, I think the thing that you might notice if you're paying attention to it is the last time they break it, but they don't fix it. If you're paying attention to them.
I think like Theodora, the snapping and unsnapping is what kind of the stop of the snapping also would make Aurea pay a little bit attention. But she won't say anything. Not yet.
I think you just see Draven, like this Cambrian, just kind of walk into like the darkest little corner he could find himself and just sit there by himself. And you see him like scoot off Cribble, just like, I need some time.
I would like to interrupt that if I can.
Oh, okay.
Not immediately, but after
Sure.
a few minutes,
Mhm.
Theodora will kind of just land next to you. She doesn't sit down and she doesn't look at you. She just like looks out in the distance like you're looking.
Mm-hmm. Because he's kind of just like sitting
Yeah.
with his legs up and just staring at a wall across from him.
Aurea lands next to you, not Theodora. I don't drop Theodora next to you. I'm sorry. I did call myself you. And she just like, she's got to kind of mimic it, cross her arms. And she's just going to look out and say to you, you know, I left my family a while ago, but every day I still remember the love and what he did. Even when you're not around your family, or your parents, or your father, those good memories and feelings will stay. Thank you. And then she's just gonna turn and start walking away.
You just hear as you turn around, like, I'm glad you're with us, Ori.
You too, Tideborn. And she's just gonna keep strolling off. And did it stop raining?
No, it's still pouring outside.
She
And
actually
Cribble's probably
turns-
just standing outside.
when she goes to turn around and start walking away, she gets like a foot away from you and goes to take off in the air. But when she goes to take off, all the water shakes off her wings and rains down.
Yeah, Cribble's outside in the rain like an R&B music video.
just playing in puddles. If I had one wish, one wish, one wish, one wish.
You what? Dimples, take a point. Take an inspiration. fucking here for it.
I think Toby immediately. Well, he gets some branches, or if there's not branches, he druid crafts branches or wherever, and just puts it on campfire for all of us. And as soon as the campfire is on, he takes a look at everybody to see if they look safe. Not okay, but safe. And just lays down, and immediately you just hear.
Before Toby goes to sleep, can you please do a... oh my god, I'm blanking on it. What are the languages that you speak, Toby?
Common Cordacia.
Yes.
Druidic and Gnomish.
Okay, that's the one I was looking for. You're picking up the leaves and setting up camp. There, stop it. You're setting up camp. But as you walk past everybody, it's almost like the leaves, the branches, they have a spark to them. And as you move past everyone, you can kind of hear the rustle of the leaves themselves, and with that, words coming through. Almost like giving somewhat of a status to everyone that you walk past. If you walk past Aurea, safe but hurt, you hear a tiny voice say, Theodora, tired. Blackstone, indescribable. Conflicted, maybe? Tyborn, intrigued, but scared.
That's what the leaves.
Yeah,
told me?
Cordasian is to catch everyone up. It's a similar to thieves' cant. It's a druid's cant. It's druid speak, native specifically to Toby's home. But here, it seems like nature is reaching out, trying to offer some reassurance. And at that moment, you see Lolita kind of reaches a paw up to you.
Yeah, Bolita is pissed at me because I died.
Yeah.
So he keeps pecking at my feet,
Yep.
but also is so happy that I'm back, and so he keeps on brushing or putting his head around my body.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's...
Bolita is bigger.
Yeah, he's pinching you every couple of minutes.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna die again. Sorry. He just pets Bolita, and he looks up at Blackstone. Because he kind of got the conflicted one, and Blackstone, thank you for saving my life.
Blackstone gives you a single firm nod, but there are no words.
Do you want to be alone? Can I just sit with you in silence?
He moves aside a bit so you can sit there, but what you get when you do is, you're a druid, you're used to campfires. it's the feeling of being a little bit too close to one. There is like a whole lot of warmth radiating from them. It is for your everyday normal human or whatever, it would be one of those things of being like, I'm gonna scoot just a little bit back here because this fire is just a little bit too warm.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that necessarily applies to you, but you were just like, you would know that this is unusual because you have also had them recently take like an entire nap in your room. And you know that there was none of this warmth coming from them when that happened.
I noticed that. He doesn't say anything, but just sits. And like Walita around me is also still pissed off. But he just says out loud for everyone to hear, to just say, I'm glad you're all okay right now. Please don't die again.
Don't plan on it. As long as you don't either. Does Toby look sad?
A little bit.
I'm gonna lean over to Theodora. I know it can put a smile on his face. And I look at you and I'm like, do you want to see something neat?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a storm from above?
Oh, who are you talking? Are you talking to Toby?
I leaned over to you and said Toby needs a smile, and I leaned to Toby. Have you ever seen a storm from above?
No.
Do you want to?
Yes. Well,
Fine. I didn't offer to Theodora. Theodora leaves. I need to get my strength up before I can fly you that high, darling. And she's
I
gonna...
truly was trying to check my volume, and then I hit the wrong button because I just wasn't paying attention.
It's all good.
I'm gonna pick up Toby. Say, do you have goggles? This might be a bit of a rough trip.
no. I don't have any goggles.
I would be fine. And I'm just gonna take Toby and I'm gonna fly above the clouds.
Okay. Okay.
So Toby can see a storm from above. So if you've been on a plane, you know it's like still sunny and beautiful on top, and you see the storm clouds below.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And instead of
'Cause
the sun, you see the moon. Moons, rather. The stars. Shining brightly.
Once we get through the clouds, I'm gonna hold them for a moment and not say anything. And as we take in the view, even on bad days, even when everything is horrible and nothing looks like it can be alive again, you just have to remember that on the other side it is.
Toby looks at you and he smiles, like this tiny, faint smile. And then he starts crying. I got
Arya's
really scared that something happened to you, Arya.
She's going to squeeze him tighter, in a loving way, not like, ah, I got you above the clouds now, buddy. Just squeeze him tighter. Do you know? Yes, it is horrible and sad when someone passes, but you know it's not the end. I will never leave you fully.
I know. It's a different kind of feeling, but I would miss you.
I would miss you.
We've been hanging around for like insert months here.
It's been like 3 days since I've met you.
3 days. Yeah, it's been 3 days.
It's been a couple weeks. Y'all messy. Stop it.
when I found you that day, the first day that I found you in the woods, I think that you started me on this path, on this adventure. It was because you took me on a flying trip that I realized that I want to be like you.
You want to fly?
Very much so.
And she kind of digs you a little bit higher and kind of does like a small little loop.
The biggest smile just plants on Toby's face.
Well, I know you can shapeshift and turn into animals, but I also know that's not the same.
Yeah.
But, so I'm going to tell you a secret that I've never told anyone, that is not shared outside of my home.
Okay. Is
And
it
I
safe?
think, yes, it's safe. But I think you, if anyone deserves to know it, it's you. When a fairy loses her wings, or their wings, it's not the end of the world. We have ways, magics, machines to help us. How about, when this is all over, I take you back and show you the clerics, the fairies, the fairy world, the forests, and maybe, just maybe, we'll find an artificer who can help.
Really? I would like that so much.
I think you deserve it for saving the world, don't you?
We do deserve it. Thank you, Aurea.
Thank you, Toby. You have saved a fairy's life, and that does not something that is taken lightly.
I just know I saved my friend, and that's all that it means a lot.
And you, my friend, will one day be able to fly, just as you are. And I promise you that.
He goes into his mind palace and starts imagining how would that look like, how Toby would. He starts designing his wings in his mind palace and then comes back out. Thank you for this, Aurea. We've been through so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you ever just want to go up in the sky, just let me know. I'm used to flying with friends and not on my own, so it's nice to have company up here. And she's gonna kind of flip over, and for a moment you're gonna free fall and feel like weightless. But then she's gonna cast fairy fall on herself, so you start going slowly. But now you're just drifting. She's not flying. You're both just slowly drifting in the sky.
He opens up his arms like free falling and just takes it all in. Just lets himself go and then glide down, open up his arms again and go.
And when that ends, well, that's when it'll hit the ground.
Yeah.
And die.
And we both die.
No. There's that calmness above the clouds. Everything that can seem so enormous before you, below you, seeming so small in comparison to the moons, the stars. Both of you are wet because of the condensation from the clouds and flying through that. But there's an energy. Toby, can you make a nature check for me, please?
5.
5. You've had a
Oh, wait,
Can I
lot.
I'm gonna
assist?
use-
I'm up there with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah, you can
use
assist.
another inspiration.
Go for it.
I'm assisting.
Okay, that's better. 16.
16.
Oh, wait, plus 2, 18.
18. You've had a lot to deal with today, so that first roll maybe was you trying to get your bearings on everything, being up, reassuring yourself maybe that Oria is alive, is breathing, is holding you, is flying you around. The memory of just a few days ago being outside of a small hamlet, flying around. You know that with nature, there's always a renewal process. Wildfires that take place sometimes in areas near your home, destroying a lot of trees and moving wildlife elsewhere. But from that, there's a spark of life, the soil rejuvenated, life returning. Storms are much the same, offering up an opportunity. A moment to put yourself in that center, the eye, and amongst the chaos, make sense of it. So two of you slowly move back down. Every so often having to bob between lightning surges that are kind of moving through the sky. Almost looking like quickly someone's taking a needle and a thread and branching out this electrical charge. Your hair standing on the back of your neck every so often. But eventually the two of you land and find yourselves back at camp. What are the rest of you doing?
I would go to the mouth of the cave
Okay,
and place an alarm spell there.
smart.
Just take a ritual to do that. So whatever that 10-minute process is.
Sure.
And then I think Blackstone considers taking a bit of a walk. Tells Theodora and Captain Tideborn that they're going to take one before going outside. And I'm guessing it's still raining out there. Outside, where the rain touches his skin, you see bits of steam coming off of the stone where it touches.
Would Cripple see you coming out?
Yeah, Blackstone is not making any, any effort to hide his presence whatsoever.
I suppose because Captain is in his own way. Cripple is outside in the rain, and he has been trying to copy what he saw Toby do to cast Druidcraft, just over and over and over and over and over again. Because that's what he came here for, and he'll be like, Blackstone, you look hot, but is that supposed to happen?
Hmm?
The water is hitting you and you're just steaming.
Slightly abnormal, I suppose.
I'm just making sure. I mean, as long as you're all right. I mean, not all right. None of us are all right after everything that's happened, but I never had a spell fell like that. And I left the captain in there, and He's all sad. And I didn't even learn any druid spells, and I'm the reason he's here.
Well, I suppose those could be questions that you ask Toby about now that you're here. If he's good at teaching people things, he taught me how to make cheesecake.
Yeah, but I saw him turn into a fucking dragon. And I don't think I'll ever be able to do that.
Do you particularly want to?
I mean, look at me. If I turned into a large dragon, I mean, I'd probably be like the size of you.
Dragons are often much larger than I am.
Yeah, I'm just thinking scale, but like, it doesn't matter. Like, my spell to protect Theodora didn't work, or Aurea didn't work, so maybe I'm just not that good at this.
I don't think that is true. We were ambushed in the middle of a camp. I am not certain.
By a fucking rock.
Hmm?
We were ambushed by a rock. I mean, honestly, that was the thing that was causing all the problems. We got beat up by a rock. How do I accept that?
Well, do you often run into rocks that have the ability to absorb your very essence from
No.
your body into it?
Boop.
It's all good. Farrah's having some weather stuff and is fixing things real quick. Robo, never mind. We are actually good. Thank you, though.
We'll probably run into more of those, and I guess now that you know what these things are and some of what they can do, you can prepare for them in the future. It was very difficult. We all had to learn that way. We learned that way. We learned about this, unfortunately, when Theodora died the first time.
I guess I know how to heal bodies, but not souls. I don't know what to do with that.
I've only recently learned that this is something that I can do in emergencies. But, well, I guess, aside from Druidcraft, you get to learn more about kind of the nature of what spiritual energy does. I don't know if you planned on learning extra things, but it seems like you might have to.
Yeah. You guys sure know how to get into some shit, don't you?
I suppose we do.
I don't want to keep you if you're busy. I just ranting to the winds.
Would you like to join me on my walk then?
Sure, as long as you don't like accidentally set me on fire. I have to actually keep my moisture.
Well, I suppose as long as I do not pick you up in particular, you should be okay.
Cool. And Cribble follows you, splashing in your puddles as you walk ahead of him.
So, you said venting to the wind. Is this what we call it when we are talking about our feelings in general?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, A lot of times I actually will just talk to myself, or talk to the captain, or talk at the captain, or talk at the trees, talk at whatever is close to me, honestly.
Well, I think I might try the venting thing.
It's good for you. That's what I tell all the crew on the damn daddy. Like, just talk. Don't hold all that shit in. Otherwise, you'll end up in fights and such.
Well, I don't know if this will prevent that, so I do not know if talking about things in order to prevent a fight will be successful.
Oh, it doesn't always work, but it's a good start. It's hard to really want to hate someone if like they know about your like stories of your children or your mom, and like they really know you. Unless you've done some really detestable shit. But then we throw you off the boat.
I have not yet, but I am concerned that one day I will. And it will not be long from now.
Why do you think that?
Blackstone stops walking for a bit. Picks like an area that looks like a small clearing and sits there. I've spent a long time looking for answers for what to do now because, well, I've outlived a lot of people. I don't have answers to those questions. I've been asked to go seek those answers out in the world and in my relationships. And just as I was talking to the newest person that I've met, this happens. I'm still trying to figure out what being real means. And at the same time, there's a group of people who are, I suppose, actively at this point trying to destroy the things and people that give me purpose in the world. And without that purpose cripple, I cease to function. There is a feeling to it that I don't quite know how to describe, but I think I'm angry.
Yeah. That makes you real. Think about this, and tell me if I'm wrong, because that certainly could be. We don't live all that long. I mean, me and my people. But one of the things we do is we record our histories of each other. And somebody's going to have my history in a book that is going to get passed along to somebody just like me. Maybe the next abbot. You are walking history. All of those people you've said that you've known, that have died, that you've outlived, you are their memory. So maybe they're still alive in you. So if you cease to function, wouldn't that mean that all of them go away too? Feel your feelings. You have them for a reason. That's what makes you real. And being angry is just one of them. I get angry too. I'm not supposed to. They tell you when you become a habit or priest or whatever that you're supposed to have great control of your emotions. I get pissed off all the time. I set someone's clothes on fire once because they pissed me off on the ship. All it takes is a little tiny bonfire. Captain didn't really appreciate it, but guess what? The person didn't piss me off again.
Hmm.
I wouldn't call that great control of my emotions, though. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably was a better way to do it. But sometimes you get pushed to the brink, and then you get pissed.
I don't know if this is a small thing. How long are people angry?
Oh, it depends on the person. My wife, she could be angry at me for a long time. Long time. But then it passes, because we love each other. Sometimes being angry is not worthwhile for a healthy relationship.
I think this might be longer than that then.
Depends on what you're angry about. Is it worth being that angry to you?
I don't know how to answer that question, but I do know that there is a particular kind of danger that is going to continue seeking us until someone makes it stop. And I want to do that.
Good.
And I think I might be whatever this feeling is until I know that they won't. And I think that means a lot more violence than I intended to do.
I think as long as you know and hear that you're doing it for the right reasons, then you figure it out. Just one thing you gotta look out for with anger, it's like a fire that keeps burning and burning and burning. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And sometimes the people around you that you like, that you love, that you care about, they get burnt too. You gotta learn to control that flame.
This he says as Blackstone is wreathed in steam.
I'll give you a hug, buddy, but yeah, I don't think that'd be very healthy for me right now.
Unfortunately, I might have to make a request of you.
Yeah, what do you need?
Seems burdensome, but I think I might need your help.
Okay?
If it seems that I am going to do something that would put all of you in danger,
You want me to bonk you in the head?
I suppose whatever effectively stops me from doing so.
Okay. Well, I'll probably probably wouldn't do a very good job at bonking you in the head. But yeah, we'll jump that tree branch when we get there.
I hope it is not soon. I am, well, Ori and Diodora train in the morning and they do things with their animals, and Toby communes with nature, and I used to repair things, but I'm worried now with everything that's happened that repairing things doesn't. I guess the easiest way to explain this, in terms you can understand, is that everybody has things that they do that make them happy and remind them about the good things in the world, things that they enjoy. I don't know what mine is anymore.
Okay. That's not that big of a deal, honestly. You just discover something new. But that means you gotta try stuff. And trying stuff is the fun part.
But what if that means I want to fight more?
Then train with the captain. He likes to fight.
I will try, and I will hope that will be enough.
Good talk. You're a good one, Blackstone. Like, I think you just need to know that about yourself and accept it.
I will do my best to remember. Thank you, Abbott.
Of course.
The rain continues to fall as the rest of the evening goes by. All of you exhausted. Some of you finding yourselves in a dreamless sleep. Others replaying actions. Was there something you could have done differently? How you can improve for next time. Morning comes, but the sun doesn't come with it as the rain continues to fall. For those of you that have been in the wetlands before, fall often is accompanied with a steady rain that can fall for weeks at a time, making roads difficult to cross. As you all rise and begin your preparations for the day, what would you like to do?
If you don't mind, during the night, I'm assuming we kept watch.
Yes.
On Oria's watch, she accidentally broke her staff, so she's going to go to Blackstone in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry to bother you, but and she holds up the two pieces of her staff. I might have sat on it, and I was hoping that maybe you would be able to do something, if possible.
Was it magical?
No, it was my butt. I sat on it in a weird way. I forgot to put it back together, and I sat on it, and it was just
Is your staff magical?
Oh no, it's just two sticks. And she kind of hits them together, like it's just wood.
Okay. Well, in that case, and Blackstone just uses mending on the staff, and it is restored to its previous unbroken form.
Thank you so much. This was amazing. Thank you. I don't know what we would do if you weren't around.
I'm happy I could help. Have you done your training for the day?
Some of it. But I couldn't do all of it because I broke my staff on accident. So, did you want to join?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you'd like to train? Blackstone's never joined us for training before, right? Never. Okay. So like Oria's like a little what do you want to like hand to hand? Do you want to do weapons? She like holds up the staff again. What type? We could do strength, agility. We could just run in circles really fast. That's one of our trainings. You just got to keep running.
Hand to hand is good. We can try that.
Okay. I'm gonna teach. May I show you some of our trainings?
That would be good.
And then Oria's gonna walk Blackstone through some very it's very slow. It's like slowly puts her hand out, and then the proper move is to do this, and is like go. It's not like you don't know what we're doing slow. It's she has gone back into like school. Like she is now training a new student too, and she just wants them to succeed so much that she's trying so hard right now with it. Question, Blackstone. If Oria does touch you, does that burn?
It doesn't burn, it's just, wow, you're really warm.
Oh, let's train outside in the rain. It's a bit warm in here. Yeah, I just want you to cool off a little.
Okay. Blackstone walks out without their hood on or anything, and just goes outside in the rain, and you see the same kind of thing that Cribble would have seen, where it's just there's like a small like a light wreath of steam that follows them.
You know, I think there's something better that we can start with. That's not hand to hand. Have you ever done grounding exercises?
I do not know what that is, so probably not.
At which point now Oria's going to switch to more of a Tai Chi kind of thing, like slow and flowing, and she's going to explain to you the importance of like grounding yourself and calming yourself and like how to hold yourself together, not in a way that's like you're apparently not holding yourself together, but she's relating like, so whenever yesterday, this is very good for when you die, and oh, he's leaving me. Okay, I'm sorry, Blackstone, come back, I swear this is great. Oh, you're back, thank you. And just leading you through like very grounding, trying to like feel yourself again, and again explaining that like I died yesterday, so this is very good, that like getting to know your body.
Well, while they're moving, because they're moving very slow, and I imagine they can talk, as they're moving, what do you do after that?
After what?
Well, once you're comfortable and you're, I suppose, back to yourself is the word that you used, then what do you do?
Well, then you are. I know that sounds like a cheap excuse, but I don't know. When you realize you're yourself, you can be, instead of fighting to be. It's very exhausting fighting to be yourself, or fighting to find yourself, but once you do, there's a calm. In which, in terms of training, you add new and fun things to do. So she kind of goes through like the basic movement again, but then flips onto a hand, like does it like a one-handed handstand, and goes into the exact same slow movements but on one hand, and then flips back up. It's just once you're you, you can be you. Does that make sense? I know that wasn't. There's a lot of examples of things and not a lot of exact things. I know you like exact.
Do any of your exercises involve punching trees?
Yes. Okay, so we on that one. Okay, and she like runs over to a tree, and she's like, "Okay, the best way to punch," and like shows you how to hold your fist. Like April doesn't know how to punch, as she does. Like strong wrist, arm. No ups and downs. Thumb out, and then you hit it with these 3 fingers. Not the top, but you hit it solidly. And she kind of takes your hand and helps you form the right fist. Oh, no, thumb in, thumb out. You don't want to break it. And she's going to say, and then she's going to punch the tree, and then punch it 3 more times. No, 2 more times. She's not going to flurry of blows. This is a tree. I don't want to waste that. And then she's going to go and next.
How long would you say that they're out punching trees?
As long as you need, buddy.
So for the rest of the time that we spend doing exercises, what you notice, because I think you're used to like the training and things that you're trying to teach, like Blackstone form and technique and stuff. What he does is it looks like he has the form okay, but then they spend the rest of the training time punching the tree as hard as they possibly can. Like it's one of those, you're just like, that's a lot. That's a lot that you're doing there. And if you point that out to him,
she wouldn't. What she's gonna do? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I would say if you point that out to them, what you'll notice is it's almost like they are in a trance where it's just like them and this tree, and they are determined to like either they are going to fall, like they're going to pass out from exhaustion, or the tree is going to fall over.
As this is happening, the tree's getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and Ori is gonna use Druidcraft to keep strengthening this tree more, so you could keep hitting it. Oria comes from like a war school. She's seen people like who need, like, sometimes you just need to punch it out. So she's just like strengthening the tree. If this tree gets to the point that it's almost busted, you'll look, and she's drawn like a weird shape on the other one and put like places like, now hit this one, now hit that one. She's like gonna encourage you to hit the trees, but add like, no, now there's someone behind you, you gotta hit the one behind you. Trying to add something to it to make it feel more fulfilling than you're just punching a tree. She's trying to help you the best she can.
So I think it's about like the 3rd tree that you add where you're just like, hey, there's someone behind you. Blackstone draws a knife to point at that target. And then just kind of, oh, right, we were supposed to be punching things.
Oria's gonna like just look at you for a second, and she's like, no, that was great! You pulled the knife so quickly and you aimed it so well. And it's okay to add different things to training. It's part of being training. And it's part of you. You use you use the daggers and your knives in your fighting. And that just makes sense that you'd bring them in.
I should probably use less dangerous knives.
It's a tree, it's fine. You can stab it all you want. Actually, that might be is that your spirit knife? You might want to use a regular knife. You're right. You don't want to waste.
Like when you look at the tree, you can see like a little area around the knife where like the tree has just like severely decayed.
Ori is gonna pull a dagger out of her back, like wherever she keeps them in her back. I don't know where you keep daggers in your back, and like flip it to you. Try this one. This one probably you won't need to refill this one with spirit. It's fine.
Blackstone takes the knife from Oria, goes and gets the knife from the other tree and puts that one away so it's not just out here, and then continues training things. So you just have like a bunch of like trees with indentations and like knife carvings.
I know she's gonna encourage him through all his stabbing of trees, of punching of trees, as long as we have, and just make it a safe space for Blackstone to vent.
And as the two of you train, I'm assuming that this is the activity you're choosing to do to kind of check in with yourselves. So you both can go ahead and roll a d20 to gain spirit points back for today. Reminder that you can do this once per day. Oria, you have advantage because I already knew you were. I'm just gonna have fair roll from you for now. When it
Fair,
comes,
can you roll me a d20, please? I rolled a 1. And I get pity advantage because I can't roll spirit.
Lordy be.
You know you can use your inspiration too, right?
I'm not using it for this. I know what I'm going to use it
well,
for.
And
I have to wait till level
used
10.
some for you, and you got 12.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
There you go. Blackstone, what did you roll? Thank you, Fair.
I rolled a 15.
15.
And then I rolled an inspiration die for an additional 11.
Okay. Each of you finding solace still within the storm, but finding common ground. Space to kind of think about it a bit more. As Blackstone, you try to follow your movements along with Oria, as Oria shares a bit of herself and what she enjoys doing. Allowing yourself to center. New day ahead. Recovery still to do. But you find all of you are still moving forward. Forward to what, though? Well, that we will have to wait to see, as now's a perfect time to end for today. So, thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. Like I said, I know it was a heavier episode, but there was a lot that was happening. I said it in chat, I'm so goddamn proud of this cast, and I'm very lucky to be playing this game with all of you. So thank you so much. We're going to go around. We're going to go around real quick and just reintroduce everyone to who you are and where they can find you this week. And then we'll go ahead and raid. So let's start with Dimples.
Hello, everyone. I am Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice. I have been playing Captain Draven, Tideborn, and Cribble. You can find me next over on Laugh Love Lindy's channel on Wednesday at 8-ish p.m. It is going to be our series finale of our Call of Cthulhu campaign, Below the Land of Fire. Yeah, we blew up some terrible monsters, and now we're going to walk away with that without any consequences whatsoever in this last episode, because that's how these things work in these games. So come see that, and then be on the lookout. There's more stuff to come.
Awesome, thank you. Sin, let's jump over to you.
Hi, I've been Sin, and I have also been Blackstone today, your resident soon-to-be Batman, with significantly less money. And as for me and the places that you can find me, I have there's a whole sinziac.com that exists if you want to go check that out. Otherwise, I will be streaming tomorrow at around 11:30, and what game is kind of up in the air. I just know it's going to be a multiplayer game, and it'll hopefully be fun. Then next Thursday I will be ranting at the tech industry, and I'm thinking next Saturday we're back here. We are back here. Should be a fun time.
Amazing. Thank you, Sin. Robo.
It's me, RoboGoblin. Find me everywhere at TTRP Kips. Yeah, that's it. I think. Yeah. Follow me at TTRP Kips.
Amazing. April.
Hi, I'm April. I played Aurea. I survived this episode. Yay! Follow me online. I don't know what I'm doing this week.
Amazing. And last but certainly not the least, again, the true owner of the channel. I'm just literally here. Fair.
Hi, I'm Fair, dealing with unstable internet, which is why I've been quiet for the last 30 fucking minutes. Yeah. But hopefully it stabilizes because I kind of want to stream tonight. So follow me on Twitter and Twitch at Fairbear. You can also hear my voice on Taking Initiative's 3rd season. Sword and Shield is a Pathfinder campaign. I've also joined the cast of Tears of the Rose over on the Greater Restoration Crew, which is Mondays at 8:30 Eastern, I believe, because they kindly changed the time for me because I don't get off work till 6 on my time. So yeah, check that out there. And yeah, I have a coffee goal to start getting parts for a PC to build by myself, and or if I can cry and beg somebody to do it for me, that's even better. But yeah, so if you want to check that out, it's coffee.com/Fairbear.
Awesome. Thank you, Fair. And yeah, Fair has been dealing with tech issues, and I very much appreciate her patience while I was trying to grasp everything. Hi, everyone. I'm D&D Jordan Lee. She, they pronouns. I will be back here tomorrow as we continue our honor mode run. And we are going to also be continuing to raise money for PCRF, our Palestine's Children's Relief Fund. Like I said, last I checked, we're $40 away from that $400 goal that we currently have. I would prefer money go there, but I also have a Ko-fi goal right now because your girl is waiting on some invoices to be paid that have not been paid yet, and it's a little stressful right now. So if you feel so inclined, but I'm also taking commissions, so if you're looking for overlays or clips, TikToks, all that jazz, I'm happy to assist with that. But we are going to get out of here. I'm going to offer up a couple people to go check out. You can go check out, let's see, Anorian is live with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth right now. Blizz is also live doing some Minecraft and raising money for Palestine. But we're actually going to head over to Persephoroth, who is live right now with some Persona 3 Reload. So we're going to head over there. Once again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.